friends, welcome back to Lynn's Garden. I'm Lynn, I'm here in Austin, Texas, Zone 9A, and today I want to tell you to stop wasting your money on basil at the grocery store. It is so expensive and it is so easy to grow here. I'm going to show you 7 varieties of basil that I'm going to be planting in my vertical container garden right here for basil all summer long into fall. Basil is my favorite. I use it for cooking. You can dry it, you can make pesto. Obviously, you can use it for spicing anything, as well as tea. I love basil tea, and it's known to be calming and just, it's delicious. So I really can't get enough. And this year, I hope to grow enough to dry and have all winter long because I have been missing it so much. I have actually planted a lot of basil already around the garden. I started indoors in January. Some of those starts are out in the garden, but today, because it's so warm in our area right now of Central Texas, the highs are in the 80s, sometimes up to 90. The lows are in the 60s. It's just perfect time to plant our basil, and we can continue planting it when it's not the hottest part of the summer. But in other videos, I'll show you how to prune your basil so that you can get more basil out of each plant. So today we're going to plant my container garden. I know a lot of you have said you don't have land or you just have a balcony. You can do this in any type of container. I love my green stalk vertical garden. I'm going to plant this in every little spot that has some bare soil. I just pot this up in every spot. It is a variety of all kinds of things. I'll show you what I've got going on in there and we'll plant these seeds. Now I'm going to go over the varieties that I'm planting. The first one is probably my favorite. And this is the first year I'm actually growing it because last year I was introduced to it and I made sure I got a lot of seeds. So this one is called holy basil or tulsi. It's known as the queen of herbs in India and considered to be sacred. This type of holy basil is also known as kapoor or temperate basil. It is distinguished by its bubblegum scent, frost tolerance, said to combat stress and other medical concerns. And if allowed to flower, it's a bee magnet. It may continue to recede. They say that you can also grow it indoors for a continuous supply of fresh leaves through the winter. Maybe if you have a south-facing windowsill, that would work. Or a grow light. There are now pretty cheap lights available for growing indoors. But in any case, it's the perfect time to plant all basil. I'm really excited about this one. The next one is purple petra. I just really wanted a purple variety for the color. I have not tried this one before. I started a few in January, so I have one from a transplant that's already in that container, but it just doesn't seem that vibrant, and I think it might do even better from seed now. So I'll be able to compare how fast it grows to that one and let you know later. I'm going to go quickly through the other ones. I have red Reuben, Genovese, cinnamon basil, a bigger lettuce leaf basil, and everybody's favorite sweet basil. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut open these packages and pour the seeds in here. Most of these are old except for these new ones from Botanical Interests. I'm going to try and get rid of some of these older seeds, and I probably won't use the whole packet of these because there's a lot of seeds in there. They are tiny, tiny. So just to make sure I get a lot, I usually overseed, and you can always thin them out later, depending on how many seeds you have. If your packet has a lot of seeds, just go for overseeding. If not, then just use a few. I'm gonna cut those open and I'll be right back. I have all the seeds ready, and I don't know if you can see those. They're so little, and they all look exactly the same. I mixed all of those together, and if you've been around for a while with the channel, I don't know if you've noticed, I do not label things. I just plant everything everywhere, and it'll be a surprise, a welcome surprise to figure out what things are later when they grow. I think it looks better that way, and also if you're going to be planting a lot of things, it gets really overwhelming to me to just take notes and try and keep track of everything. Eventually it's too much for me. So I gave that up, and that's been so freeing. Now I can just put things where I want, and I'll know it's basil, I'll know it's edible, and I'll be able to figure out probably by the taste in the leaves which one's which. But these seeds look exactly the same. They all want to be planted when the soil is at least 65 degrees, so your low temperature, probably 65 degrees, or if you have a soil thermometer, you can test it. If it's around 65 to 85, or if you're in Central Texas, it's time to plant these outdoors directly. I top these off with a little bit more of my Happy Frog potting soil, and now I'm just going to sprinkle these on. They all want to be planted at 1/4 inch deep. So there are two pretty easy ways to do this. You can either do what I'm going to do, which is I'm just going to sprinkle them on wherever there's any space, and then I'm just going to kind of rough it up, and they're going to end up about 1/4 inch down. The other way you can do it is just sprinkle them on top and then add about 1/4 inch of potting soil on top. Then either way, you're going to want to water them all in. And that's it. It's so easy. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I see some space. I'm taking it, and I can probably fit at least 2 basil in each one of these. Don't want to forget which ones I've done. But yeah, that is it. And I'm just going to do that all the way around. There are 30 pockets on this thing. So if you have a sturdy balcony or a patio, this is wonderful. I also have the extra attachment. This is the Greenstock Vertical Garden, by the way. The attachment on the bottom that has wheels so I can spin it around. That's lovely. And when these seeds are starting to grow and germinate, I'm going to want to keep the top of the soil wet every day. And if it's getting hot, maybe twice a day until they're a little bit more established. Then they'll be able to get water that's a little bit deeper down in there. Just make sure it's wet on top. And yeah, let me know how it goes. Have you grown basil in containers before? If not, do you want to? I'd love to help you if you're a first-time grower. So please let us know in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.